I was gonna do a joke about the fact that this isn't a kitchen, that the fact that I am in a kitchen and that we are in a kitchen, right? Because we are in a kitchen together. But I feel like if you're allowed to be in my kitchen, there's probably a reason, right? You're probably supposed to be here, probably. Anyways, unreliable narrators. An unreliable narrator is a narrator who cannot be trusted, one whose credibility is compromised. There's a lot of examples of narratives in which have unreliable narratives. I was gonna mention the Stanley parables, but I don't know how entirely that one fits. It kind of is an unreliable narrator type thing, you know? You could also pin other narrator type games like Little Misfortune. Within perspective, you get things like the novel Lolita, a book I have not read. Do I know about it? Hmm. But I mentioned video games upright because though this is not going to be an actual video game because I've tried coding, coding is hard, please don't make me code, it is formatted as a video game. Leeches. The story is called Leeches. Because of the relationship the characters have with each other is very parasitic in that way. In the way of a leap. Second person nature of a video game, say you do this, you do that, is kind of what I'm going for within the unreliability of the narrative. Also the fact that I'm writing two different perspectives of the exact same event. Both of them are lying, probably. But in the way that you lie, because you don't remember how like something happened entirely. You miss out details, you forget, like you omit some details either because you just forgot them or because you're trying to hide something. Either way. Or because it just like didn't seem important. Um, Other media that I'm taking references from. I hope this is going well for you guys. I hope you guys are having fun. My script writing. I also taken inspirations from High School Musical. I said the one character Green. We'll get to the characters and whatnot. Is like Troy Bolton, but instead of his big secret being the musical, it's that he is gay. It is not that hard to do. And Heather's with the whole kind of like couple murder plot. That's we'll get into. Uh, and this came about because I was coming home from Florida. I was visiting family in Florida. So I was coming home and we had a flight to Vegas and then we could come home to Colorado. And on that flight to Vegas, I watched High School Musical because that's what they had. My voice is going out that you could watch. And then on my flight home from Vegas to Colorado, I watched Heather's because I downloaded it in the airport. So with the combination of those and everything I had been cooking up between that entire week with the music and media I had been kind of consuming throughout that week, I kind of slowly came up with this idea. I don't know exactly when this idea came about, but whatever. Okay, this is my very first video in which I have to have disclaimers and content warning. Are you guys happy? Are you guys excited for me? Disclaimers. I do not agree with any of the behaviors or actions of these characters. I wish I did not have to say that. And that is the problem with writing bad people. This story contains religious trauma, self-harm, consensual violent relationships, murder plot, death, suicide, and frustrating people. I'm laughing at that because I wrote this a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember it all I wrote. Now, I'm not gonna touch on like all of these in this video, and there might be more things. And when it comes to posting them, I'm doing like a chapter thing, like a video game chapter thing, where each video will be a different chapter, and I will register it on different ones. I also didn't include like animal death on this list, but I'm not gonna probably talk that much about. Actually, I might talk about animal death. Keep that in mind. I'll put all of them up on screen. I want to do this thing with you. Go to the description, if you will. Look at the timestamp. Do you see them? Do you see how they have characters on them? Right, right. You're allowed to choose which path you want to take. You can start with yellow or you can start with green. This is the fun game. This is the fun game we're going to try and play. It might not work really well, so I apologize if this doesn't seem fun. So you can go and pick green, listen to green, and then come and listen to yellows. Or you can listen all the way through, just from here, to yellow to green, and go all the way in. It might change your opinions on things. and I want to see if it does. Give you a couple minutes to pick your timestamp, and a couple seconds to pick your timestamp, and we'll get going. Okay, yellow. Both characters are male. Yellow is probably the least male looking of all of the characters. He is trans, female to male, but doesn't visually represent himself as that. Which is this is not written in the script, by the way. This is just me talking. Which is a thing that he throughout the stuff that I've already written, because I haven't fully written it yet, but I have written it, is that like he doesn't care how he dresses. He was born to very religious parents. His dad is the pastor at the local church before they were married, so they see him as the son of Satan, while his father is trying to like make him better, like give him a little shot and not going to hell. Even though he's like, this child's going to hell. His mother leaves sometime when he's young, which comes into that little bit of that like your narrator's not really reliable, where he doesn't ever say how old he was when his mom left because he doesn't know. It could have been a couple months ago. It could have been a couple years ago. She could have never been around. We never know. It's like very spacey around others. He doesn't really talk to people. He's so aggressively homeschooled. He's not even being schooled. There is a whole bit written about that where he's like, he literally asked the question, "What is a school?" Because he doesn't know. My rabbit's gonna be mean because I'm talking. You guys wanna come say hi? I'm gonna put a photo of him on screen. He's a big chonky chonk. We actually don't know his gender. Okay, he sees himself as like better than everyone. Super fun guy to have at parties. He's not. He goes to a party, he gets drunk, and he doesn't have fun, and he has a great time. Uh, so he has fun at parties. If you were to ask him library party, he'd say party all the fucking way. He's been to one party in his life. And he's a masochist. I mentioned the violent relationships that the two of them are in, right? Consensually. Okay, now we're at the green section. So if you guys all jumped here from green, hi. Green is guy. Because I mentioned this in yellow section. You're gonna have to go back and see that. And if you're one of the yellow people. So yeah, they're both 17. That's the age I'm giving them. His dad's a huge basketball nerd because Troy Bolton, remember? Troy Troy Bolton, Troy Bolton, Troy Bolton. You say it 3 times in your mirror at midnight. Zac Efron will appear. It's really cool. Zac Efron, but not Zac Efron's voice. And his mom is like just as much as like this violent nut case that he is, but they're also she's a lot more better at hiding it. His violent nature can be put out in things like sport onto other people, but for her, it's, as a woman, it's just stuff that shit down, stuff that shit down. He's not fond of people due to that like violent kind of usually just takes his anger out on people physically. He's the white boy who punches holes in walls meme. I love white boy memes. I'm gonna talk a little bit about white boy memes. What white boy memes are my shit. I love these. They are so fun. Here's a drawing someone did of me. Someone, my older sibling, did of me enjoying the white boy memes. But also, there's a certain pipeline to that that is also the white boy push of domestic violence. That's all I'm going to say any further. He is chatty with people. He just talk to people. He has mainly to his friends. He has one friend who we do meet. He's also, and I quote from my script, a sadistic fuck. Violent nature also comes out in their relationship with that consensual acid. Okay, so what is the actual plot of this? Because you're like, hopefully you're coming from some of the shorts that I posted of these guys, because I have posted a lot of shorts of these guys of from different like songs or memes, and I've posted art on Tumblr of them. What is the story? What are they doing here? Right? Right? Uh, so the two meet like in a tree house. It's Green's tree house. Yellow's just wandering through the woods. Yellow loves a walk. The two slowly start to like just bump into each other more. Like they start bumping into each other, and then they start hanging out, and then they start dating, and then they start doing stuff heavily implied. You see, I do want to touch a lot on the facts of like purity culture and the fact that they both do live in this small religious town. They both have country southern accents, and none as intentional as the push of that because they're in a small town, small Southern Baptist town, a lot of purity culture spread. Yellow is also the son of a pastor. It sounds like son of a bitch. So there's a lot of like the guilt around that, and especially within the how fucking bizarre the two of them are, just separately, like just in general. But through seeing how strong, as he puts it, green is, yellow decides to use them for a somewhat nefarious purpose. The murder plot. I could say who they're trying to murder. It's Yellow's mom. Yellow is trying to kill his own. He has found her through, yeah, I've got the muscle. I'm gonna confront her. And yeah, this is very uncomfortable and not very fun. Remember when I said that I don't like these guys? It's really important that people in media and that you're rooting for this horrible person trying to solve the media literacy crisis, one toxic yaoi at a time. I feel like that's a really good note to end this on. I also want to end this on one of my favorite jokes from the script. So this is the two of them. So the two of them meet again for like the second time, and they're talking about church because they're outside of a church. So Green walks up to him. So this is from Green's perspective. Yellow's perspective doesn't have the joke. So you walk up to him. Funny seeing you here. The pastor's my father. Have you been to church? Not in a long time. My dad's into basketball, not God. And people found that joke funny. One person laughed when I told them that joke. Um, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But please remember to close it. So this is probably when most people tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. YouTube's probably gonna kill me for this video anyways. Good night.